Hi everyone, this is Dr. Menije from Embracing You Therapy, and today I want to talk to you about codependent relationships. This is actually one of the topics that we work with our clients here in our Woodland Hills therapy office, and it's actually something that can show up in any relationship. There's so much judgment around codependency as if it is a sign of weakness, something a person struggles with because they were too nice or a pushover. But in actuality, codependency can show up in any relationship, and any one of us can develop codependency. Especially, there are cultural messages that promote being helpful and available and working on the relationship and not exiting too soon. So again, codependency and recovering from codependency is a topic that we take very seriously here in our therapy office, and we work with our clients on this topic a lot. So I wanted to talk to you about 3 things you can do when you are recovering from a codependent relationship. So here are the things. Number 1, you first want to recognize the impact the toxic relationship had on you. Because when we are going through an unhealthy relationship, we almost get accustomed to the roller coaster ride that the relationship is. We become familiar with the ups and downs and the push and the pull, the love and the hate, or the jealousy, or the rigid rules that the relationship had. It almost becomes our new normal. And as we are recovering from a codependent relationship, again, the first thing we want to do is we want to take some time and recognize, acknowledge with compassion and empathy the impact the toxic relationship had on you. Are you currently, as a result of that codependent relationship, struggling with confidence? Are you struggling with self-esteem, positive self-talk, self-love? Do you have difficulty trusting yourself or anybody else? Because a lot of times when we get out of a codependent relationship, it's actually the relationship we have with ourselves that is most challenged and impacted. We question our sense of ability to make a good decision next time. So again, you want to ask yourself, what am I really struggling with having come out of a codependent relationship? What kind of scars, what kind of wounds has it left on me? And this kind of transitions to the second step I want you to practice when you're recovering from a codependent relationship, which is focusing on the relationship you have with yourself. You really want to take the time to repair the relationship you have with yourself, which again depends on what you said to the first step. What is it that the relationship really impacted you? How did it impacted you? Where did it create some problems in your area? Because the second step of repairing your relationship with yourself will have to align with that. And repairing your relationship actually is something we don't do enough overall, in general, whether you are in or out of a codependent relationship, never dealt with one. Many of us don't really have a good relationship with ourselves. So this second step is really helpful in general for any one of us to practice. So when I ask you for number 2, the second step of repairing the relationship you have with yourself, what I'm genuinely asking is that you get to spend time with yourself. And I don't mean like, well, I was home last night, I didn't go out at dinner with friends, I was home. Of course, I don't mind being alone. So I'm not just asking you not to be doing things and be at home. I'm genuinely asking you to spend time with yourself through journaling, going for walks without any podcasts on, any earphones, any headphones, no phones with you, no TV, no screen time, no books. And I'm genuinely asking you to check in with yourself. I'm asking you to sit with yourself. I'm asking you to notice your breath. I'm asking you to be in your body as often as you can. And most importantly, through journaling, I want you to have a dialogue with yourself, because the truth is, we all have thoughts in our heads. We're always thinking. We always have thoughts and opinions and ideas. And a lot of times we ruminate on things. So repairing a relationship with yourself means genuinely spending time with yourself and identifying, again, how did this codependent relationship I just got out of impacted me? And also, again, deciding what do I want moving forward for myself? And what are my likes? What are my dislikes? And this gets us to the third step. Third thing you can do when you're getting out of a codependent relationship, when you're recovering from a codependent relationship, is identifying your boundaries. as you could imagine, there's no relationship without boundaries. Relationships are better, healthier because of the boundaries we have. Boundaries are our friends. Boundaries are not some mean words, mean thing we do because we're trying to be difficult. It's not the walls we put up. Yes, we do put our walls up sometimes, and that's called rigid boundaries. And when we don't have any boundaries, it's called enmeshed boundaries. So again, what we want is a healthy boundary, understanding what our likes and dislikes are, and understanding how we want to communicate them. And part of spending time with yourself that I mentioned in number 2 is, again, understanding in therapy, where were the boundaries when I was growing up in my family of origin, with friends in school and with teachers? What kind of boundaries were taught to me, modeled for me, reinforced, rewarded, that I, practice them in my adult relationship with this partner, with my ex-partner. So again, there's so much to dive in, so much to explore when it comes to boundaries, in terms of like, what have I learned in the past that played a role in how I handled my boundaries in that codependent relationship, and what do I want to do moving forward? How can I rewrite my boundaries and have a better, healthier idea on where my boundaries are? And again, these are things that we take very seriously in our therapy services here. We work with a lot of people who get out of codependent relationships. So if you have any questions, please check out the link below. We have our Therapy for Codependency service page here. And if you have any other questions about this video, feel free to message us, comment below, and we will respond to you directly. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.